One person died and 10 others were injured when a machine exploded inside an Arlington Heights building, releasing chemical fumes, officials said. Fire officials said the fumes posed no danger to nearby residents of the 3600 block of North Connecticut Avenue, where the building is located. The force of the blast propelled rocks from the roof into a parking lot, damaging 20 cars. Firefighters received a call about 9 a.m. about the explosion at Aaron's Controls, a company at 3602 North Connecticut Avenue that manufactures and tests electrical parts, according to Arlington Heights Fire Chief Glenn Erickson. The explosion occurred in a machine in an area where parts are tested. The machine used a diluted form of potassium hydroxide, a chemical that can ignite combustible materials if mixed with water or other substances. The fire chief said it wasn't clear if the chemical had anything to do with setting off the explosion. There had been a violent explosion, Erickson said. A lot of twisted metal and devastation. The roof buckled where the explosion occurred. There was a small fire after the explosion, but it was easily put out, he said. Police officers arriving at the building found the room filled with smoke. They also found one Aaron's employee who had died in the blast. The man's name was not being released pending notification of his family. 10 people, 7 Aaron's employees, and the 3 police officers were sent to 2 hospitals with injuries that did not appear life-threatening. Some of those hurt suffered concussions from the explosion as well as smoke-related injuries. Some reported chest pains and hearing loss, according to Arlington Heights Fire Chief Glenn Erickson. About 50 employees were evacuated and the building will be closed for the rest of the day. The U.S. Occupational Safety and Health Administration opened an investigation and had inspectors on the scene. Aaron's Control had no prior inspections, which can be triggered by fatalities or injuries, and no prior violations according to OSHA records. The investigation may take up to 6 months, with no further comment by OSHA until it reaches a conclusion. Aaron's officials could not be immediately reached for comment. Janet Lee said she lives about 2 blocks away and heard a large explosion at about 8:30 a.m. She said her husband was outside walking and at first thought he slammed a car door shut. She said there is construction going on in the area and thought the explosion might have been caused by earth-moving equipment. "We just heard a boom," said Lee. "I was in the house and I heard an odd-sounding boom. I went, 'Wait a minute, he didn't take the car.'" She said when she saw the streets closed off in the area and the ambulances, she realized it must have been a blast of some sort. Bob Lee, 59, a car dealership manager who lives nearby, said he was taking his daily walk and was about a block from the building when he heard a loud boom. "I thought it was a car backfiring," he said. He watched police cars and fire vehicles swarm the building, he said, and saw about 10 people taken out. They looked shaken, but he did not see any blood or other overt signs of injury.